What's up, guys? It is Flex, and it's gonna do another video. It's been a while, but job is say Flex. Excuse me. Pretty hypey right now. We just defended the CP, the alliance that had the control point. They had it for months, and the alliance I'm in didn't really have the knowledge to rally it back or anything like that. They definitely had the power, but not really tactics. I'm not trying to talk bad about my own alliance or anything, but um, one of the bigger players in my alliance let me have access to his account, and I was able to lead the rally to win the CP, and I was able to defend it 5 times, won all 5. But it's Flexidus. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about rallying the control point or holding the control point or anything like that yet. If I can hold it for a second time, then I'll go ahead and make a video. I think I got it down, but until I'm able to successfully hold it on multiple occasions, then I'm probably not going to work with the CP anymore. Anyway, so what I'm going to do right now is go over my farms. Excuse me, Jesus. I'm going to go over my farms. People have been asking me a few questions on YouTube, on my mail, on my Twitter also, which is pretty cool. They've been asking a lot of things, but the one that kind of I can help on with now is farms. They wanted to know my setup, how everything looks. So I'm going to go ahead and explain that right now. My main base can be used as a farm. By the way, give me a second. I don't want to make sure Jesus, that thing is huge. I want to make sure I cover my infrastructure inside the wall. So outside the wall, I have pretty much a mixture of everything, although I'm mostly focusing on farms. But that will definitely change. I'm going to start demolishing a few farms for probably quarries or iron mines. But the point is like I have some pretty good stone tiles and I have good food tiles. So what I could probably do is switch my commander skills to um, food production and stone production, and this base would produce stone pretty well. All right. Again, this is my main base. I usually want to just attack with it, so I'm not going to say specifically to use your main base as a farm. This guy Jackal's online, so I'm not going to bother tile hitting him. There's a big old tile war in my state right now, so hopefully return be okay. Alright, so Sunfill is in my farm alliance, so we're gonna go look over the farms now. First farm I'm gonna show you is a coin farm. Gonna show you all the basic layout, how it looks. You can see my chat from when we were fighting the CP. This was the name. This was the account I was using. And after we won the CP, I told everyone to join the other alliance. It's pretty funny. Anyways, here's my coin farm. What's cool about coin farms is you can basically make any of your farms a coin farm. It also depends if you want troops. For this segment, I'm going to go ahead and say that I do not have any troops on any of my farms. There are 2 types of farms. You can have one that's strictly production. You can have another one that's strictly farming. You know what I mean? So 2 options. I choose not to deal with troops. It's just too much to handle. You know, you never know when a tile war is going to break out and you're all out farming, and you know what I mean? Like, you just don't know, so I don't bother messing with it. For a coin farm, outside I'm pretty balanced. But if we look inside the wall, everything is banks, banks, banks. The only thing you actually really need is, you don't need a radar station, so I'm probably going to demolish that. You don't need a warehouse, I'm going to demolish that. You don't need a training grounds, I'm going to demolish that. Honestly, the only reason I had some of these are because It is because I needed to level up my HQ. So if you're gonna make a coin farm, the only buildings you'll need are, your farms, or you're gonna need your banks, you're gonna need a trading post, you're gonna need a Hall of Heroes, and you're gonna need armory and research facility. Those are honestly the only ones you need. You actually don't need a Hall of Heroes, but the reason I have a Hall of Heroes is because I want my farms to be have level 50 commanders. You know what I mean? Because when you get level 50 commanders, then you can start using them in rallies and stuff like that, and that's like a really, really good thing. All right, so this is how my coin farm looks. Basically, just want to get everything you can to the highest possible level as quickly as you can. Like if we look over here outside the wall, some of these things level 10, level 10, level 11. But the banks have to be top notch. All right. So another thing to consider is when you're making farms, to kind of put them in your main alliance for a while and kind of like gather gifts and stuff like that, just so you can have something to speed up. You know what I mean? What I like to do with all my banks or all of my farms slash banks is, let me go to move these resources, is put 30-day shields on them. You know what I mean? Like my base isn't even that strong, it's no big deal, but I'm still gonna throw a 30 down because the commander is over level 50. I mean the commander is over HQ 15, so it can be executed. I don't really want to worry about having to deal with the resetting shields or anything like that, so that's why I suggest throwing on 30 days. If you can afford it, of course. Of course, if we look at the gear I have is all for coin production. It doesn't have to be amazing gear. Again, it's just a farm, but just whatever you can build, put it on there. And then if we look at skill points, it's all on coin output first. Once I maxed out coin output, I've switched over to stone production. And now I'm focusing on oil production. No construction, no research. Some people might find that questionable, but I was fortunate enough to get this base into my main alliance for a while. So like I got a lot of gold and stuff, and I was able to speed stuff up. When you're starting off a farm, a few things you want to focus on is VIP. VIP is extremely important for farms, specifically because that instant construction speed up is a really big deal, especially when you're low HQ. Right, 30 minutes is really good because most of the time when you're starting off a new building and you have like correct gear on, you can really lower down timers. All right. So things to focus on when you're making a new farm is get the VIP up and get the commander level up. Because obviously the more levels you have, or the higher level you are, the more skill points you get, which means you can maximize production. Okay, I'm not going to move any of these other resources just yet. If I'm capped out, I'll send one more thing. That's 3.7, I'm at 2.3. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stop here and move on to my next base. But again, that wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? I had like 6.5 million coin that produces every 12 hours. And then I had like 2 million stone, 2 million oil, 600k iron. Wasn't bad at all. So next one I'm going to show you is an iron farm. Excuse me, I mean something. Layout of the iron farm. Iron farm. Obviously, iron mines all over the place. All you need is one quarry, one oil mine, one farm, the rest iron mines. It is that simple. Production's up to 5 million, and we're going to get that a little higher just now. Get about 5 million every 12 hours. I reset it. I don't think it was 12 hours ago. I think it was actually less time, but still, like, that's good, you know? It's not too shabby. Not for an HQ, what, 13? Few options, yeah, HQ 13. A few options you can have. What I did for a long time actually was I would keep my farms below HQ 15 so that they couldn't be executed. But the more I looked into that, I was like, you know what, it's just not really worth it, because if your commander gets captured, it's going to be held for 3 days, regardless. Like, the people in my state are assholes. So if you lose your commander, you're kind of screwed. Like, it's going to be held for the max time, and it's going to get executed if it could be executed. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to move all the resources, because that's dumb. I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be. I'm already going on 10 minutes. Next one I'm going to show you is stone. Actually, I didn't check the shield. I didn't check the shield on that one, so I'm going to go ahead and check it right now. All of my farms have 30-day shields except for this one because it's HQ 13. It's got a little over a day, so that's cool. And a few things to consider also, if you're going to have multiple farms, then you're going to need banks. Alright, which means you're going to need a base to hold. You're going to need a base to hold all those resources once your other farms reach capacity. Alright, so the smart thing to do is to not put all of your resources in one base. That would be the smart thing to do, which is exactly what I do. It's really simple. It's to throw all of your resources on one single base in one base, and then just get totally screwed over and screwed out of all of your resources if you forget to shield. You know what I mean? So what I like to do is I'll separate. Like, I'm sending all my stone and iron to Flexpoint. And I'll send, what's my capacity? My stone production is probably it's 546k, so it's a million every 2 hours. That's not too bad. Again, it could be a lot better. Like, these are only level 13s, and I can get them up to level 15, so how to get better. I need to add more VIP points. 29,000. I have enough for level 10. That's awesome. But yeah, I put stone, iron, and food into Flexpoint, and I put oil. I put all my oil in Grimskull, and I put all my coin in Flex the second. So yeah, it's separate. So if, like say Grimskull and shields, they take all of the resources. They're only really taking my oil. You know what I mean? I still put everything else pretty safe. Flexpoint is the one that has most of the resources. Flexpoint and Flex the second have most of the resources, but if one were to shield, I would still have enough resources elsewhere, like spread out. You know what I mean? Like this one has 5 million food. It doesn't need 5 million food. It has 2.7 million iron, 1.73 million coin. Like, it doesn't really need that. You know what I mean? But it'll still produce. I'm already at capacity for the stone, so I wanted to make sure I move it all out. I mean, I think you all get really good gist of how they look. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the bank, or one of the banks. Another thing, guys, are these farms are not built overnight. You know what I mean? Like, I've worked at this base for 64 days. It's over 2 months. All right. So unless you're gonna buy a pack, then chances are you're not really gonna be able to get production that high that quickly. Alright, so this has 28 million stone, 26 million oil. This is the oil farm, by the way. 26 million iron, 160 million food, 54 million coin. So I guess I can put more in this, but yeah. This second has like 2 billion in it, so stick with the food. You know what I mean? Like, if Flex's second goes offline and someone takes all the resources from it, I got over 100 million for you. So here's my iron farm, all iron, I mean oil, oil. Once you finish with all the oil rigs or all the iron mines or your quarries or your farms, next thing you want to focus on are the banks. Get those up because you're going to need coin in the future. If you're not that strong yet, if you're under 20 million power or something, coin is very, very, very important. Like, you can never get enough of it. And I need to log on to Chrome School to accept it, so what I'm going to do instead is set my oil to XP. Or I'll set some of it since it's at capacity. You never want to keep resources in your base once you're past capacity, unless you're using in your farm, unless you're using it. I got 37 million stone, but I only have one stone now, or one stone infrastructure. So why would I try and produce stone on this account, you know? So you can use it as a stone bank. Banks are there to hold resources, not produce them. Okay. But if I have a farm that's, this effective, kill two birds with one stone. But just make sure you transfer all the oil out. For those of you that do not know, base oil capacity, this is for all of your resource structures. What this basically means is this is how much, this is the point where your base will stop producing. Alright, if I have 15.2 million oil, then my no produce anymore. Can I collect another more? Yes, but I will not produce. This thing is massive. Look at this thing. Limited time offer. They're getting pretty desperate for money, aren't they? I'm gonna go ahead and stick that there. Yeah, I'm not gonna show y'all Quick Scroll or the other ones because it's a long video. This shield fell on Bunny Rush. This is one of my farms. It fell and the commander got captured and executed. But I have a med kit and I have shields in there or whatever, and it lost about maybe 20 million food. This is one of the farms that produces food really well. Bunny Rush, Reaper, Flex second produce food like crazy. Brimstone produces good food as well, just not as much. But anyways, I don't want to make this a 20-minute video. Those two things are really important. What I would say. The alliance I'm in is really active. There, but you can't really keep it in there. So this video helped. It wasn't really much. All I basically did was Alright, I have these two here that are level 10, which means their commander can't be captured. They produce a good 1 million a day, and they're not even all maxed out at level 9 yet. So that's another option you can go for that I totally forgot about. Anyways, I hope this video helped you guys. If you have any questions regarding farms, like if you wanted to use troops, what troop types should you use, I'm going to go ahead and answer that right now. I'm sure it'll be asked. Only use T1s when you're farming on banks, or when you're farming on farms. Okay? Only T1s. Upkeep's really low, they travel really quickly, they gather really quickly, so yeah. But again, hope this video helps you guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm off vacation now, so I'm going to be posting a few more videos. I have a couple of questions that I'll probably answer through the making of videos. But y'all take care. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.